favorite parts about Atlas Copco is all the different adventures I get to have traveling around the world. I'm actually heading to the airport now.
The part about working at Atlas Copco is that I get to travel both domestically and internationally. I get to taste the food and see the sights from places that I never would have gotten to travel to without working here. In fact, I've never been over to Europe before, and with this job, I've been over there 4 times in the last 3 years.
What I like the most is that you have the freedom to adapt your role based on the needs of your customers, of the organization, of the worldwide environments. That's what I really love, because I was able to tailor my current role and also my previous roles, and that's what I loved about this company.
I think I knew going into Atlas Copco that I was going to be working with a lot of technical people, but I think I've noticed that even the technical people can be super creative as well, and so it's really cool getting to see that side of other people. So I'd say the one really surprising thing about working for Atlas Copco is actually the industry itself. So I think when people go into marketing, they don't necessarily think about going into industrial manufacturing, but it's just way cooler than anyone really thinks it is, and there's some really cool things that we get to work on.
My favorite part about working for Atlas Copco is knowing that my job impacts people's safety.
The most surprising aspect of working for Atlas Copco has really been the impact that my role can have on the world as a whole. It's really not something you would ever think about or consider before coming into this industry. I know that kids are getting to school and people are getting to their jobs safely because of our tools and the impact that they have on manufacturing.
So in a previous life, I worked in the manufacturing industry for about 10 years, working 12, 14-hour days on top of that, and I have 2 kids at home and was trying to balance their schedules. Moving to Atlas Copco definitely affords me the ability to rearrange my work in a way that makes sense for me to do it and allows me to get everything done in a well-balanced way.
We market tools that get rockets into space.
I think one thing that inspires me here at Atlas Copco is just the fact that I've been able to define how I work. I started as a 3-month intern, and that's grown into a 7-year career here. It's not just status quo all the time, but it's something that, hey, you bring a value that we don't have, we're gonna take that and we're gonna run with that and let you be the catalyst behind it.
Yeah, what inspires me about working with Atlas Copco is the fact that it's pretty easy to find people just like me who love their jobs. If I can tell you something about working for Atlas Copco to convince you is give it a try. I mean, I did this 13 years ago and here I am, still loving to do the job I'm doing, and honestly, I don't really want to leave this place.
One of the coolest parts about working for Atlas Copco, we make the tools that made this phone.
At Atlas, I get to express myself, in a creative manner because I'm working in software. And I get to develop the screens that we show to the customers for demos. And, I have a background in creative. And so being able to use my background to make this position better is just really exciting. It's the people around you. And if they make your life miserable, then it doesn't matter how great the company itself is. But Atlas has such a good group of people that you get to work with. It just makes coming to work, every day a blessing.